Hey there, viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review, and today's review is going to be on Studio Series TFOne Sentinel Prime. Now, this is a figure that I've been really excited to get, and also review because, well, if you've seen Transformers 1, which, if you haven't, come on, watch it, it's really good. But yeah, if you haven't watched Transformers 1, spoilers ahead, but this guy is absolutely despicable. Like, if Animated Prime was just a bit of a dickhead, this guy is absolutely despicable. Like, come on. He killed the 13 Primes. He plugs the cogs out of newborn Cybertronians so he can force them to work in the mines. Yeah, for the mines joke here, haha, but seriously, this guy is an absolute antagonist. More so than the Dark and the Moon version, if I'm going to be honest. And honestly, this guy was really fun to watch. Like, this is a villain that you love to hate. Like, come on. So, yeah. Well, for the box, well, of course, we've got the New Star Studio Series box, which, I mean, it works for Age of the Primes, but for Studio Series, I'm not so sure. I mean, of course, we've got a picture of Sentinel right here in both modes, which I don't think he even transformed in the film. He just flew around all the time. Like, he never transformed it into the jet mode once. But well, we got his name right there. Of course, he's from Transformers 1. It says how many steps it takes to transform him. This side, we got a picture of Sentinel right there. Got his name right there, in case you forget who he is. This side, we just got his shoulder, which is okay. The back got him in both modes. So you can get the battle mode, which, yeah, he does use that in the film. Got a picture of him appearing in the film. I think this is when he's talking to Paxton D16. And of course, it says what he does in the film. Of course, that's obviously, like, it's meant to be like what people believe he is, although, if you watch the film, yeah, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the box. And we're looking at the figure. Well, we can see that he's a jet, which, yeah, when first seeing the Prime Changer, I think it was the Prime Changer, like, I was kind of confused, like, Sentinel as a jet? I think it's because I was used to the Dark and the Moon and the animated figures being trucks, but he has taken a jet mode before in the Times of 10 line, but hey, Sentinel Prime has been multiple stuff. He's been a jet, he's been multiple different trucks, he's been a freaking train, so he doesn't have a set vehicle mode. And honestly, yeah, he doesn't transform in the film, but even then, a jet kind of works for him. I mean, he does fly in the film quite a bit, so. But yeah, looking at this jet mode, honestly, this just it looks like Dodge. Like, seriously, this just reminds me of Dodge. Because we got the blue jet, got this, like, gold yellow, like, wings. This could pass for Dodge. So, yeah. I mean, you could maybe customize this into a Dodge if you really wanted to. But anyway. Just starting off with the details. So of course, we've got the nose cone section right here, which, yeah, that's nicely painted. And this kind of reminds me of Cyclonus a bit. So it's like a Cyclonus Dirge hybrid, kind of like that one animation error in season 3 of G1. But of course, we've got a golden cockpit right here. Moving on to the wings, which are this nice caramel yellow right here, which is really nice. We've got this blue right here on the wing. We've got the tail fins. Got these little gunners here on the wings, which they don't detach, but they do look nice. And can these see blast effects? See these little guns? Yes, they can. So that's pretty cool. So we're not even at the accessories yet, and already he can take blast effects. Speaking of which, we've got the back boosters right here. So can these take blast effects? And indeed they can. So yeah, that's amazing. And again, we've got a really warped one right here, probably due to the heat. But still, this looks really good. And of course, we have the undercarriage, which is just a lot of robot. Typical for most jet transformers. There's not even a landing gear. Like, maybe you could move this down and this could be a landing gear, but then there's no landing gear at the back, so yeah, this guy just has no landing gear. But I guess seeing how this is meant to be a Cybertronian jet, why would he even need a landing gear? You know, he could just be near the ground and then just transform, or even just do what he does in the film and not transform whatsoever. Like, obviously he needs a jet mode for the toys, but But yeah, this is kind of funny. Well, let's move on to the accessories. So, starting off with this nice pink shield right here. Kind of looks like it's got a face with these two ports right here looking like eyes. Have fun on seeing that. And of course, we've got these two guns, which these can plug onto here, but these are going to plug in somewhere else right now. But to plug in the shield, we've got this port right here in the back. This is just going to plug into here. There we go. I actually managed to do it on camera this time, which is amazing. And the guns plug into these sides here. If I can actually manage, there we go. So we've got some more guns, in addition to the ones on the wings. This one's not wanting to go in, there we go. And for the blast effect compatibility on these guns, yep, oh, I spoke too soon. Like, it looks like they can take blast effects, but from the looks of it, that does not appear to be the case, unfortunately. So, unless you like really cram it in there, and nope, these are not blast effect compatible. Nope, these cannot take blast effects, unfortunately. So these ones on the wings can, but these ones here can't. So that's kind of unfortunate. But, oh well. At least you can still take blast effects on the boosters here. And honestly, that's pretty much all I've got to say about the jet mode. For a mode that didn't even appear in the film, this looks pretty nice. I mean, you could probably just say that this is Dirge and put it with your Seekers, but yeah, I really like how this looks. And honestly, yeah, I don't know what to say. Like, this is just a really good mode. So, let's move on to the first mode, which is just a standard robot mode. You know, when he's addressing Cybertron and then during the Icon 5000 or whatever. So let's get these guns off. If I can, there we go. And compared to Ironhide, this transformation feels more like a deluxe class transformation. Like, it's 17 steps. But still, there are some bits of this transformation that I do quite enjoy, namely the wings. So to start off, I'm just going to raise up the camera because, of course, he's going to be a tall boy. Here's if my Lego stand doesn't break. So to start, I'm just going to unpack the arms and the wings here. There we go. And then this whole section here, so we've got the chest here and the shoulder. All this is going to accordion upwards and just tab in. There we go. Take these tail fins and just push them down because we're going to try and get all this untabbed. So untap the wings from the legs. Then untap this section from here. And that just accordions up. Oh, there we go. Split the legs. Get the feet out. The boosters, well, they just open up so we can actually push the booster into the foot, which is a pretty cool way of hiding them. And now that cool wing transformation, we actually take the tip here, untap that, and just move it upwards so we can give him the silhouette in the film. And then what I do is I just move the wings backwards, like so. Take the nose cone, if I can actually... Well, try and have to sing flush first of all. So I'm just going to take the nose cone, flip that around to the back, and yep, that just tabs in. There we go. These forearm covers and then just slide them up, so we actually have a sliding joint here. Like, I thought it was going to be a joint where you have to open the thing up and it collapses over the hand, but no, it's just a sliding joint. And then finally, spin the head around. And with the wings, just position them however you like. And well, here we have Sentinel Prime in his standard robot mode. And this is how he appears for most of the film. You know, like when he's flying around, talking to the people of Cybertron during the Icon 5000. When he's talking to Pax and D16 after they crashed the race. When he's, spoilers, addressing the Quintessons. Like even in flashbacks when he kills the 13, this is how he appears. But he does have another mode, and that's how I display him, but we'll get there soon. But for this mode, he looks pretty cool. Like, I love the wing design for the first part. Like, seriously, these wings look really cool, and the way that this part moves from here to up here, I love how that works. Yeah, he does have a case of cockpit backpack, but honestly, I don't really care because this is still a pretty cool looking figure. The head, of course, doesn't have the chin of his animated counterpart, but still, that is movie accurate. So, yeah. Plus, the head can also turn around. I know we're not at the articulation yet, but like there is like some gimmick that will undo for the battle modes. Because keep in mind, this head can do a full 360, and there's something that flips out for the battle mode. So the fact that they managed to have the head do a full 360, but still have something flip out, that's amazing. Now, for giving him the accessories, of course, the shield could just plug in. It's not a normal 5mm port, so it only works on Sentinel. And of course, we can give him the 2 guns. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the huge sword that he used to carve Megatronus' symbol onto T16, but... and this arm's kind of loose on my copy, unfortunately. There we go. So now we have them all armed up. But yeah, this guy doesn't have the huge sword that he uses. And honestly, I kind of wish that he did have that. But, I mean, budgets and all that. But still, it would be nice to have. Like, the Blocky's version has it. But hey, I can see like a third-party company making an upgrade set that gives him the huge sword. And still, these guns do look pretty cool, even if they don't take boss effects. So, yeah. And honestly, I could just end this right here, just do the articulation and say, yeah, this is a really good figure, but keep in mind, this guy does have another mode, so, let's just move on to the articulation. So, of course, head can go side to side. He can look up pretty far. The arms can move, although this one is kind of loose on my copy. I'm pretty sure it's a ball joint, so I'm pretty sure I can tighten that, but still, kind of poopy. Yeah, you can see how loose it is. This arm is fine, though. But of course, this guy's got elbows. You can swivel there. Of course, you can T-pose. If I get the wings out of the way. Waist rotation. He can kick forward. Can kick back if you move these out of the way. He's got the knees up to there. Swivel there at the knee. Of course, you can do the splits, and there's a pretty good pivot there. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the articulation, and well, I could end the video here, but of course, with Sentinel Prime, he did have another mode in the film. So if I just take everything off here. Like, that started off with one of my favorite lines.
Well, that's a shame. You really were a great miner.
So, yes. He actually did say that. But anyways, to start off the battle mode, we're just going to untransform one of the arms. So now it's a huge arm cannon. Next up, we're just going to open this up at the chest. And we're just going to try and flip out his face mask. Because, yes, even in 2025, it's good to stay hygienic, I guess. Come in here at the shoulders, lift these up, and flip out these guns. Then at the legs, open up these doors. Flip out more guns. Come on. This one's been... There we go. So flip out more guns here. And then finally, get the boosters back out. Then close up the feet. And normally this is how you're supposed to have it. So he can fly around, but obviously he can't really... Oh yeah, he can actually stand like that. Like, the instructions do say to have him standing normally, to have it, like, stand like this, but he can stand, like he can just stand normally, but the instructions do say to have it stand like this. But this is how it's meant to look, and you can actually have him standing like this. It's probably gonna be a bitch to pose, but hey, this is more accurate, so this is how I'm gonna try and stand him up. So if he falls into the camera and kills you, then, well, apologies. But finally, so for the shield, we're just going to take the guns and just plug them into the shield. And of course, just plug that back into his forearm, the really loose one, which I'll probably have to tighten up. And now we have him in his I'm going to kill you now mode, which, well, we can also split out the wings. And oh my god, this looks amazing. Because this shows that the facade is done. He's not fucking around. He's just ready to kill someone. And this is how I display him, because, dude, this looks amazing. And, well, there's no point going over the articulation again. It's pretty much just the same as the standard robot mode. Just, you know, one hand's be covered up, and it's now a standard, I guess, Mega Man arm cannon. But yeah, this looks amazing. And of course, you can have it standing like this, or on a flight stand. You can plug these into the boosters again. Yeah, this looks amazing. So I guess this guy is technically a triple changer, but it's more of a battle mode, to be honest. But this is a really good looking battle mode. And in fact, I actually forgot a step. You're supposed to angle his pecs. Come on. There we go. Now he's ready to kill somebody. Of course, that didn't happen, and D16 ended up doing a jazz on him. But still, this looks amazing. And this figure is amazing. Like, dude, I do have complaints. Like, my copy has a really loose arm, but again, it's my copy, and I'm sure that can be fixed. But for other complaints, honestly, he should have came with the sword that he used to carve into D16 when he's torturing him. But other than that, I love this figure. This is one of the best figures the Studio Series has come out with. Like, come on. He's got all 3 modes. He looks amazing. Like, it's like he came out of the screen and onto my shelf. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the TFOne Prime and Megatron figures, but they kind of feel like they're more based on the concept art, whereas this guy feels like he's based on the actual film. So yeah, this guy is amazing. So, come on, of course I recommend him. Like, this is one of my favorite Studio Series figures now. Like, he looks good in all 3 modes, especially this battle mode here, and he's just really fun and simple to transform, whether it's this mode, the jet mode. He's just really fun and simple to transform. So, yeah. I really do recommend this guy, and I'm really excited for the future of Transformers 1 Studio Series figures like that. The B127, I really do want to get that as well. So, yeah. So, this has been my review on Studio Series TF1 Sentinel Prime. And this is Charlie Young, signing off.